Hey, it's Lacey Terry here again. This is going to be my second YouTube video. I know people don't do these anymore, but I needed to get it off my chest. It's going to be a little story time video about my latest situation, I guess. I'm not going to put any names in. If I do, I'm going to change them, obviously. But this is what I went through with one of my exes. Okay. So, let's start off with it was toxic on both ends of this, on both parties. I was toxic to him, he was toxic to me. So it wasn't just him, it was me too. But it turned out for him to be a liar. He lied all the time. He gaslighted me. He was mentally abusive, verbally abusive, and emotionally abusive. And it almost got to where he was physically abusive too. I mean, that close. And I like to say it all started with my mistake, but I can't say that for sure. My first big mistake that I made was I cheated on him. And for that, I am very, very sorry to this person. Let's just call him D. Okay? I cheated on D with his best friend. And it was a drunken mistake. I went out, partied, drank way too much. One thing led to another. You know how it goes. And I regret it to this day doing that, obviously. And well, it was at that point things just kept getting worse and worse and worse. He would lie about every little thing. And I mean just the stupidest things, like forgetting to flush the toilet after you're done using it. He would blame it on me. And I'm not one to forget to flush, so therefore I knew he was lying. So it was little things like that he would lie about and try to make me believe otherwise. Or else he'll say, I told you that before. And you'll keep repeating, I told you that before, I told you that before. Sorry. And he never did. So I would joke around and say, oh, you must have told that to your other girlfriend. To play it off. And then come to find out he cheated the whole relationship as well. But I only cheated once. And he still lies about that. And I should have known he was cheating because the signs were there. We were at his sister's house and I woke up from a nap and looked over at his phone. He was deleting pictures that shouldn't have been on his phone of women. And he said, oh, those are just my exes, I'm just deleting them. No. They were from people who were, seeing outside of our relationship. Or I got this message on Facebook from this person, I had no clue who she was, saying he was sending pics to her. And she sent me the pics. And he lied about it, saying, oh, I got those pictures off the internet. I was just messing around. He might have been. But still, you do not do that in a relationship. We all know that. And he said, well, I was just doing it because of when he was with my best friend. That's why I did it. And I told him, I said, I gave you that choice to sleep with someone as soon as I told you. So you should have done something then, not now. Whereas two wrongs don't make a right. But in my heart, that's what have made me feel better. Not saying that he should have and that what he did was right or wrong. But onto how he was verbally abusive towards me. Whenever we would get in a fight, or whenever he would start drinking even a little bit, he would start getting mean. And I mean, so mean that it scared the living daylights out of me. He would start calling me names. He would call me retarded. He would call me stupid. He'd call me fat and ugly. And it's like, I never called you a name in my life since we've been together. So it gives you the right to do that to me. You know, but I passed it off as, okay, it's just another one of our fights. We're going to get through it. You know, and he also was trying to push me away from my family, except for the family members that he liked. You know, like my brother. He loved my brother. You know, so therefore my brother would probably be the only person he would allow me to see. You know, he wanted me to move towards his mother's house with him instead of being close to my family. And I'm very, very close to my family. I love my family. They're my number one. They'll always come first, no matter what. My mom's my best friend. I'll do absolutely anything for her. She doesn't sugarcoat anything, even if it upsets my feelings. Yes, me and my mom have gotten into fights. Really bad fights. But that's normal with a mother-daughter relationship. You know. But all in all, she's my best friend, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. Okay, so he would start making fun of me. He would start calling me names. You know, he is 5'1", I'm 5'7". So I guess to him, he had to make up for his height difference, I guess, in his mind. He also had a couple screws loose in his head, and he still does, because even after we broke up, he even tried to control me after we broke up. And until my brother got a hold of him and said, you need to leave her alone. If you don't, there's going to be consequences. And my family does not want to see me suffer and just let it stand by. If something's not right, they're going to say something. And ever since then, he hasn't bothered me, thankfully. But onto how he was emotionally abusive. He was emotionally abusive by being verbally abusive, you know. When he would call me names, that's when it turned into emotional abuse, because I took it to heart. Like, how could someone who says they love me do these things to me, say these things to me? You know, and after someone calls you fat and ugly and all these different things, you know, they start becoming a truth in your mind. Even though you know it's not a truth, it becomes a truth when they say it over and over and over again. You know, and I started getting depressed, not wanting to get out of bed, wanted to stay in bed all day, crying all the time. You know, and he wondered why I was always in bed not wanting to do anything. And I would tell him, you're the reason. If you weren't treating me the way you treat me, I'd be up getting out of bed. I'd want to go do stuff. You know, that's all I've been doing lately, is going out and doing stuff, because I haven't had anyone call me names or make fun of me or get in my face or be mean to me. You know, and the last straw, the reason why we broke up was because our last fight terrified me. Like, he started drinking. He drank and drove with me in the car, and I hated that. But I couldn't tell him no, because if I would have, who knows what he would have done. And then we got to my house, and he wanted me to go out to the dining room and eat dinner. And I wasn't hungry because of the fight. I didn't have an appetite, so I didn't want to eat. But he forced me to go eat. But before that, he literally got in my face, like not even an inch away from my face, yelling at me. And that's what did it. I just couldn't take it anymore. He also raped me 2 times in the relationship. And I should have broke it off then. But when you're in a relationship and your significant other rapes you, you don't think of it as rape. You think of it, oh, did I deserve this? Did I deserve for him to hold me down, pin me down, and do that to me? So you don't think of it as rape at the time. But it is. You can be raped whether you're single, in a relationship, or married. No matter what, you can be raped. If you say no or stop and they don't stop, that is rape. I'm sorry. If you don't believe me, or if you have a different opinion on it, so be it. But that's my opinion. And I said, no. I said, stop. I said, D, no, I mean it. And he would not stop. He kept going and going and going. And I remember him leaving the house and me just crying my eyes out because of it afterwards. Let me tell you, that was not a fun time. So yes, if you call that, I guess you can call that physically abusive too. But to me, that's not. It's just rape. So, but he would call me names. Gaslight is like when he tries to make you believe something that's not true, or says he told you something when he didn't tell you it. That's gaslighting. And he did that a lot. And he did that from the start of our relationship to the end of it, or at least from the point of where I cheated on him till the end of it. But like I said, we were both toxic to each other. I was toxic to him, he was toxic to me. So it's just not a good relationship to be a part of at all. Do I wish it would have ended differently? Yes. Do I wish he would have been a better person? Yes. Because I did truly love him. I did. I still love him to this day. But not in the same way. I still wish the best for him. I still want him to have the best that life has to offer. But that's just because that's just the type of person I am. I don't wish harm on anyone. Karma, what goes around comes around, Karma has bitten my butt too. Trust me. I'm going through karma right now. I'm not going to tell you what, but I'm going through karma. So, that's pretty much it. If you're in a relationship like that, just know that there's people out there who love you and will do absolutely anything for you. And just seek their help. Go to someone you trust and tell them you're in that predicament. If you're too scared to leave the relationship because you don't know what he's going to do next, then find someone who you trust will help you out of there. Because let me tell you, I was scared too. There was a point where he said we were going to move into his friend's house, which I was okay with. But he was going to get a gun for protection. And that's what got me. I did not want to move in with him at that point because of that. And I'm thankful that I didn't, because who knows what would have happened when he got that gun. You just never know. Life is too short. Hug your loved ones. And just know that if you're in that kind of relationship, seek help. I'm here. You can find me on Instagram at lterry2223. And then I'll also leave my 2 emails in the description box below so that you can get a hold of me there too. I've also been bullied my whole life, so if you're going through bullying, I'll do a story time on that too. But I'm here for you. I love you. And let me know if you need anything, and if you want me to do a Q&A of my life, of what I do, or if you want me to do one of those YouTube, Instagram controls my life for a day type of thing, I'll do that. But yeah, I'm here. Thank you for listening to my little story time, even though it's all jumbled up. But like I said, he's no longer in my life. I'm no longer in his. He hasn't contacted me in any way, and I'm not gonna contact him because he has a lot to fix in his life, just like I have a lot to fix in mine. So thank y'all, and I hope y'all have a good rest of the night. Bye.